Hello, dear students of managerial economy as well as general economy. First of all, I want to salute you. How are you doing? Welcome to Managerial educational channel. For today, we will focus on the law of demand in managerial economy. Before we delve into the law of demand, it is very important to see what is demand, or to remember or revise the definitions of demand. After we revise the definitions of demand, or after we see the definition of demand or what is demand, then we will continue to see what the law of demand says about, and also the assumption that the law of demand is based on. So the law of the definitions of, let us first start from the definitions of demand. What is demand? Are the word demand and desire, or want, desire to something, or want have the same meaning? Do you think they have the same meaning? In ordinary language, most of the time, people use interchangeably the word of demand, desire, or want, but this is wrong. We cannot use it interchangeably from the point of view of economy. So, the term demand, desire, and want are frequently used synonymously to express what individual need or would like to acquire. So, demand states the consumers must be willing and able to buy a commodity which he or she desire at a given price during a given period of time. So accordingly, demand is distinct from mere desire. If you desire to something but you have no money and you cannot afford it or pay for it, so you desire this commodity, but it is not demand according to economy. So the word demand is different from desire, mere desire to acquire something. Human wants are limited and desire is numerous. So, however, only the desire backed up ability to pay the price for commodity and the willingness to purchase is called demand. So, according to the economy, the word demand is a desire that backed up three things. So the word desire must be backed up three things. What? Number one, ability to pay for desired goods. So that means if you have a money to buy the things, so you have a money to buy the desired good. You have a money, enough money for this, and also you are willingness to pay the price of the good desired. So you are willing to pay the price of the good. And also availability of the good itself in the market. So especially we say the desire is become demand if it is backed up by the first two situation, or the first two condition. Number one, ability to pay, or if you have money. But now let's assume you have desired to buy computer, and also you have money to buy the computer, and also you are willing to pay the price for the computer. Then there is a demand for computer, so you have demand for computer. However, if you desire to have a computer or to get a computer but you have no money, or you cannot afford to pay for the computer, there is no demand. In another way, if you are desired a computer but you have money, and also you are not willing to pay for this, there is no demand. So the word desire must be backed up by two things in order to say it is demand. Number one, ability to pay for good, and number two, willingness to pay for the price of good desired. And also number three, the availability of good itself in the market. So if the good is not available in the market, there is no demand. Okay, so the demand is here. Gara biraatiin demand jechuun fi desiring yookaan wantiin hiikaa tokko hin qabu jechuudha. Yeroo hedduu namoonni jecha demand fedhuu yookaan barbaadu, desire jechuunis fedhuu yookaan barbaadu, and want jechuunis waan takka barbaadu. Isaan kana yeroo hedduu as a synonyms akka jecha tokkotti itti fayyadamu. Garuu namoonni maal namni dhuunfaa tokko maal akka barbaadu, maal akka jaallatu ibsuudha. Garuu demanding says the consumer must be willing and able to buy commodity which he or she desires a given price during a given period. Garuu demanding wanta akkanumatti desire yookaan ammoo wanti barbaadu osoo hin ta'in bituuf dandeettii qabaachuu, maallaqa qabaachuu, chaansii ammoo bituudhaaf fedha qabaachuu jechuudha, kafaluudhaaf. Waa lamaan kanaan guutamu. Kan sadaffaallee wanni barbaadame sun gabaa irra jiraachuu kan jedhuuni wal qabata jechuudha. Kanarratti hundaa'a. Kanaafuu desiring tokko fedhuu yookaan hawwuun tokko become an effective demand only when it is backed up by the following three features. Desiring tokko, fedhiin hawwiin tokko ulaagaa arma gadii sadeen kana yoo qabaate demand jedhama. Fakkeenyaaf osoo maallaqa qabne dukkaana irra itti akkanumatti waan takka yoo desire hawwitu yookaan barbaaddu ta'e demand hin jedhamu, qajeelaa jedhama malee sun jechuudha. So kanaafuu akka ekonomiitti jechi desire jedhu fedhuu barbaadu yookaan ammoo afaan Ingiliffaatti wanti fedhuu barbaadu jedhu demand jecha ammaasiis yoo afaan Oromootti hin fedhuu barbaadu iyyuu wajji walitti tokko miti. Dictionary walaalte desire jechuunis waan takka fedhuu barbaadu, want jechuunis waan takka fedhuu barbaadu, akkasuma ammoo demand illee waan takka fedhuu barbaadu. Garuu akka economics keessatti demanding desire yookaan want isin irraate. Want yookaan ammoo desire jechuun waan takka maallaqa qabaachuu baattuu fedhuu jechuudha. akkanumatti barbaadu hawwuudha waan san. Hawwuun kun osoo maallaqa hin qabaatin, osoo maallaqa isirratti baasuu fedha hin qabaatin, osoo maallaqa isirratti baaftu hin qabaatin, demandiin jedhamu fedhan jedhamu akka diinagdeetti jechuudha. Fedha jechuu hin dandeessu jechuudha. Saniifuu dizaayiriin fedhiin yookaan hawwiin namni waan tokko qabu demandii kan jedhamu. Fedha kan jedhamu diinagdee keessatti yoo waa lamaan deeggarame jechuudha. Waa sadeen kanaayyuu deeggarame jechuudha. Especially ability to pay for the good desired. Kafaluu danda'u jechuun maallaqa qabaachuu. Lammaffaa willing to pay the price of good desired. Wanta bituu barbaadde saniif maallaqa baaftee kafaluu fedha qabaachuudha. Sadaffaa immoo availability of good itself. Yoo gudiin sun gabaa irra jiraateedha. Saniifuu ulaagaalee sadeen kanaan deeggaramee dizaayiriin wantiin ammoo gara demandii dhufuu danda'a jechuudha. This is the definitions of demand. So demand is desire plus ability to pay for the good desired plus willingness to pay the price for good desired, and also availability of good itself. In here, mere wealth or mere desire is not demand. So the desire or the mere desire, in order to become demand, it must be what? Backed up. 3 condition. Number 1, about ability to pay for the good desire. That is affordability to pay the price of good desired. That means having money, enough money to pay. And number 2, willingness to pay the price. You are willing to pay the price. Number 1, you have money for the desired good. Number 2, you are willing to pay the price. And number 3, the good desired must be available in the market itself. So in this case, we can say the desire is what? Demand. And then you can say, what's the law of demand state? The law of demand states that ceteris paribus, other things remain constant, or other things remain not change or constant. The factor that affect that is ceteris paribus means everything held constant or other thing held constant. Price of commodity and its quantity demand inversely related. That when the price of commodity increase, the demand for the commodity decreased. When the price decrease, the demand for commodity increased. So the law says that ceteris paribus, or everything other condition that disturb this relationship held constant. So the price of commodity and demand for commodity are inversely related. That ceteris paribus. It means if other thing that may disturb or violate this law is held constant. Let's assume if the price of Coca-Cola is remain constant but not change. Let's take simple example. If the price of the Coca increase, the demand you have to Coca decreased. But in other case, if the price of Coca remain constant, but your demand can be decreased because of it is not good for your healthy or your state and preference is changed somewhat due to other conditions. So in this case, ceteris paribus means other thing held constant that violate the relationship. Let assume assumptions of the law. The law of demand based on the following assumption, that is ceteris paribus, or everything held constant. What is ceteris paribus mean? Or everything other thing remain constant, so that no change in consumer state and preference. If your state and the preference is changed, but the price is not changed, your demand is decreased, but price is not decreased. This violate the law of demand, which is a state that there is negative relationship between price and the quantity demand. So ceteris paribus held this all thing is held constant, those things. Your preference and the taste is not changed, because if your preference and the taste changed, your demand decrease or increase. But even if the price is constant, this violate the relationship between price and the quantity demand. Consumer's income remain constant. There is no change in the consumer's income. This means if your income is increased, but the price is constant, the demand increase. And also if your income is decreased, the price is constant, the price of good is constant, but your income is decreased, your demand for that good is decreased. So this is violate the law. So ceteris paribus means every other thing held constant that violate or disturb the relationship between quantity demand and price. Ceteris paribus jechuun everything held constant jechuudha, yookaan immoo wantoonni biraa hin jijjiiraman jennu. So wantoonni biraa hin jijjiiraman kan jennu kan yeroo gatiin waan tokko dabalee fedhinnaan namni waan sanii qabu ni hir'ata, yookaan ammoo yeroo gatii waan tokko hir'ate fedhinnaan namni waan sanii qabu hin dabalaa jedhu. Saniifuu gatii fi fedhinnaan namni wanta qabu walii faallaadha kan jedhu san waan jeeku ceteris paribus kan jedhu kanaan qaba jechuudha. So price of other good remain unchanged. The price of substitute the price of other goods, the price of related good or substitute good, and also the price of complementary good is remain constant, and also no substitute good are available, or there is no substitute good for that good. The commodity does not confer social distinct or not a status social symbol, and demand for commodity is continuous. That means regular, not irregular. That is continuous, means regular, and no exception, no expectation about future price change. If you expect the future price is decline, the 2 days demand decreased, even if the price is not changed. If you expect the future price is increase, the current demand is decreased, increased. If you expect the price is increased in the near future, the current demand is increased, even if the current price is constant. So therefore there is no expectations of the future prices, so no change. So ceteris paribus means everything, ceteris paribus, everything remain constant. All of this is remain constant. This is the other factor that violate the relationship of demand and the relationship of demand and the quantity, demand and the price. So this is based on this assertion. The assertion expressed as ceteris paribus. What do we mean like this? What I mean by this ceteris paribus is every other thing hold constant. It implies that this assumption. Assumption kana ibsiti. Wantoonni biraa kanneen hariiroo gatiidhaa fi fedhinnaa jeeqan dhaabbataadha jennu. Sorry. Based on this assumption, the law of demand states that ceteris paribus, everything is held constant or no change. Everything remain constant. Everything is not changed. The above listed things are not changed. That's ceteris paribus mean. Or other factors remain constant. Not changed. So ceteris paribus means other factors remain constant. All of these factors that consumer taste and preference, constant, no change. Consumer income, constant, no change. So price of other goods remain unchanged. No substitute goods are available, or the commodity does not confer social distinct. Demand for commodity is continuous, it is not regular, it is not changed, and no expectations of future price. That means other factors remain constant, or ceteris paribus means all of those factors are not changed. It implies this. So the law of demand is that ceteris paribus, other factors remain constant. There is inverse relationship between what and the what? So inverse relationship between price of goods and the quantity of demand. As the price of good increase, the quantity demand decrease, and as the price decrease, the quantity demand is increase. So they are inversely related. So the law of demand, the demand curve is downward slope as a result. So downward slope means a negative relationship between price and the quantity demand. This relationship can be shown by the following graph. So the demand curve is downward slope to left to the right. This means negative relationship between price and the quantity demand. So we always put the price on the vertical y-axis and the quantity demand on the horizontal axis. So this is downward slope means so this negative relationship between price and the quantity demand. If the price is as independent variable, if the price is increase, the quantity demand decrease. If the price is also decrease, the quantity demand is increase. So in this case, when the price is 1, the consumer may buy 50. When the price is 1.5, the consumer may buy what? 4.5. When it's 2.5, where he will buy of this, and also when it is 5 price, he will buy this one of SEC 4.5. I will buy of this, and if and so on like this. That is downward. That is a downward slope is show a negative relationship between price and the quantity demand. So this, anyway, this is the law of demand. What the law of demand state is? The law of demand state ceteris paribus, other things remain constant. Other things remain constant, such as taste and the preference is no change. Income of consumer no change. The price of other good or related good is no change, and also no substitute good are available, or the price of substitute good and or other related good is held constant. The community does not confer social distinction. Social distinctions it shows some social social status, and also demand for commodity is continuous, that is irregular, and no expectation of future price. If these factors ceteris paribus or other these factors remain constant, the law of demand states that there is inverse relationship between price and the quantity of good, quantity demanding. So when the price is increased, when the price of commodity increase, and the demand for that good is what also decrease. On the price is increase, the demand what, the quantity demand for the good is and decrease. If the price is decrease it, the quantity demand. If the price is what decrease, the quantity demand is at increase. So there is inverse relationship. See, the law of demand states that. However, there is a limitations of the law of demand that violate this law. Some exceptions of the law of demand. That is, in case of a given paradox or a given good, so as the price is decreased, the demand for that good is decreased. In this case, the inferior goods, like a staple food, or an increase in price may lead to an increase in demand. Here in the inferior good is the good at which the price is decreased, the demand for that good is what? Decrease. And if the price is increased, the demand for that good is increased. This violates the law of the demand. Here is a limitation. For example, something that is as a price increase, the demand for it increase. Let us assume as a diamond. Diamond is a mineral that when its prices become very increasing and become very high, the demand for the diamond is also increased. This is below the law of the demand or given paradox or given good, the inferior good. The price given or paradox good is when the given study or analyze it, there is that is he found that the violations of the law of demand in which when the price for the inferior good decrease, the demand for the good is also decreased, and also Balban effect, the demonstration effect, all conspicuous effect, conspicuous conceptions of trust Balban. For luxury good or status good, the higher price may increase the demand for good because it is assumed as a signal of as a sign of prestige. And also some numbers say that ignorance. Ignorance means consumer may mistakenly believe higher price goods are a better quality. They assume in this. In this case, there is higher demand for higher priced good, and also a speculative effect. If the consumer expects the price to rise in the future, they may buy more even high price. So this violates the law of demand and the fear of shortage. The fear of shortage during the scarcity or crisis, people may buy more regardless of the price increase or pricing currently. So even if the current price increase, they feel the shortage is run out in the future due to crisis or war or some scarcity. So they the demand for the good is increased currently, even if the price is high. This violates the law of demand and necessary. The essential goods like food, medicine are demanded even if the price is high. So this violates the law of demand. So this is the limitations of the law of demand. I hope you understand it now. Thanks very much for your watching. Have a nice time.